There it is. Howdy do, everybody.
Gang's all back together.
Howdy do. And we have changes of the positive variety with us as well. So we're all here again.
Thanks for holding down the fort last week, Becca.
That was fun. I had Auntie Ona on with me. She's a
Yeah,
hoot.
you and Ona. We were laughing our butts off watching you Monday morning on the way to the Grand Canyon. I was like, she is out of control. She doesn't have her F-bomb police with her. That me and Johnny, you were.
Was I going crazy? I didn't even notice.
By the end, you were going into rants where there were 2%, and I was like, she has lost it now. She has lost it.
Sorry.
It was hysterical. It was hysterical. It was like, oh my God, how does she get that many in one sentence?
It's easy to do. Seasoned language. If you can't handle it, you know what to do.
I didn't even notice. That's how bad it is. Like, you know, I mean, I can tone it down when I'm at work and stuff. Like, I don't talk like that in public. But
you must have held it down all week because you would let it rip last week.
Oh, Lord.
It was good.
God's help me. I need to wash my mouth out with soap.
Let the pettiness
they were all
begin.
in very appropriate places.
So thanks everyone for the birthday wishes too. All of 4 days ago. I do thank you. And I thank you to Lori of the Way of Positive Change for all my goodies.
Let me see, Johnny. What is that?
Man.
It's everything.
Is that cookies?
Yes.
It's all kinds of cookies.
It's all kinds.
Oh, man.
I'm coming over to your house.
I'm surprised you have that many left.
It's all kinds. There's chocolates and it's all kinds. So
what? Wait, let me see what kinds. Do you have macadamia nuts?
it's all.
There is a macadamia nut.
It's like a long list.
There's a long list.
Yes.
Wait, how many boxes were there?
No, it's just one box, but there's like 4 rows in there or 3 rows in there.
Oh, Johnny, I'm gonna come over and be a fat ass with you.
Cookies and cookies. You can have some cake, but sharing is for children. You can't have that.
I'm over here eating M&Ms.
Keep your hands off his cookies.
You can't have no cookies though. I will share a cake. Cake is whatever, but individually wrapped cookies means they're for an individual. So it's. Thank you very much.
Johnny, when I was texting him for his birthday, he said he got what? Black
forest cake. I got a red velvet cake and a strawberry shortcake too.
And I said, hold up, slices or whole cakes? He's like, whole cakes, ma'am. I was like, I'm coming over. I'm coming over right now.
You hit the cake jackpot.
I'm reminded of Girl Scouts where we used to do the little thing, who stole the cookies from the cookie jar? Who? Me? Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? Johnny stole the cookies from the cookie jar.
I did not steal them, for they belonged to me. So it's like, I have them in here, and I hear this. So if I hear that, then I'm going to pop right away because you're in my cookies.
Oh, you're like a cat with the treat bag.
What? It was like, boom, ears just go. I hear things. Lori, you got anything coming up you want to tell us about?
I'll be live tomorrow with Danny and Sheila on Danny's channel at 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And that's it for right now.
You got any lives planned through the week?
Well, I mean, I'm usually on Tuesday and Friday, but we're doing tomorrow, so I don't know. I'll probably be live Tuesday.
Also, Lori is trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. If you will all go over to the Way of Positive Change and subscribe, thank you, please, and thank you. I will have to say that again. Commercial break. Remind me. At some point during the stream.
And I have readings available. If you want to do a reading, you can go to thewayofpositivechange.com.
Which I recommend.
Thank you.
I highly recommend. I have friends that have gotten readings with you.
Thank you so much.
I got one personally. I recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Jen, you got anything?
Just doing readings, catching up from Sedona. Slept all day today. Had a beautiful day. Should have been out doing yard work. No, I'm out on the sofa. Zonked out with the kitties. JinlinTarot.com if you want to schedule a reading. Got openings in June.
Becca Lenormand, you got anything?
No, I'm just here for the fun.
Me too.
Lisa, it's a lifetime member, in case you can't see that at the bottom. Petty
No, you can't see it.
lifetime member.
That's great.
She's running the club, y'all. She's running the club. The queen and king of petty over there.
Rare.
Wait, which way does it go? This way.
Rare.
The class starts on Friday, this Friday, June the 2nd at 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. It will go for 6 weeks. It ends on July the 8th. Right after that is Lori's class, I believe, too. And if you want to be in the class, you still have time. You don't have to pay until June the 2nd, so you still got time. If you have paid already, you should have gotten your cheat sheet and your Zoom link today. So if you don't have that and you pay, be sure to email me at tarotsapprentice@gmail.com because my email is actually broken. And so I don't know if they all went out or not.
Johnny was trying to send me a link for his birthday live, and it wasn't coming through. I'm like, I don't have it. It's not in the junk email. And usually, it comes through fast. He was like, dang, I've sent it like 3 times. Hang on.
I tried to email y'all today for this, and it didn't go through. So it's still broken. I emailed the link for this to my other email and then emailed it back to myself and did it on my telephone because the phone works, the computer doesn't. The computer's where the Zoom is, though, so that's why it's all. Anyway, complain. That's enough of that. So if you want to sign up for the class, you still have time. June 2nd is when it starts. You got until 4:30 that day. And Mary, I'll see you on Friday. Okay. Y'all ready for this mess?
Oh, bring it.
We'll start with the Pax of the ton. Ken Paxton, will he be removed from office? He has been impeached today by his own people of the Republican persuasion.
And he's temporarily removed during the Senate trial. His poor wife gets to vote on whether to impeach him over moving his girlfriend from San Antonio to Austin and using taxpayer funds.
Will he be removed from office?
Dude effed up big time.
I like how the Republicans are still saying this is a political hit job and a witch hunt and all that. Like, that's on your own side. Y'all doing it to yourselves. Okay.
Still has his girlfriend, I think. Not sure what's going on with the wife, but
I mean, I don't like to talk about people's looks, but really? Girlfriend?
Yeah, really? Really? Somebody else wanted you besides your wife?
It's like, okay.
He's got one eye that kind of squints up every now and then.
The wandering eye.
Will he be permanently removed by the Senate?
I have to ask this a different way.
Yeah, maybe that's his wandering eye squinting up now, like a karmic tell.
Looks mixed.
He's gonna be like Stewie Rhodes, having to wear a patch on his wandering eye.
If his wife was a true Southern, he would have. So
She might have socked him in one eye. It's true Southern.
How many mistresses does he have?
Well,
Just
one that he moved.
Are there others? Because I'm just going.
Did it come up in your thing? What you get?
Yeah. Yes. And he's going to fling a lot of dirt on a lot of people that voted because this is like there's secrets here, lies and betrayal. Also, this could be the mistress, the queen of clubs, and then there's facing the decision. But it's like he's going to spew a bunch of stuff. He's going to like stuff that he has knowledge of other people. He's going to fling dirt. So well, so and so has a mistress, and so has a mistress, and so, like.
And we talk about it in his office, and the people that work for him were like, dude, you're going to get in trouble. Yeah, greed and like sex addiction, basically. There will be enough votes to separate him. Basically, he's retired. He's never going to have a job in government again. Basically, I think there's many love interests also. So I think you're right, Becca, that something else will come out. His court cases will start going through. They'll secure many court cases on him. But there's other women he has manipulated in some way, and there'll be investigations into that he'll be fighting. And it was during his course of business. So he may have like some sexual harassment allegations or something. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I'm just being petty. He's just wait for it. He's gonna have all kinds of anxiety. He's heading to court.
But tell me again how the Bible says thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. I guess he wasn't talking to them people, huh?
But your neighbor's girlfriend is okay.
Yes, totally fine.
Because it's not his wife.
And that's why it doesn't apply to MTG either, because it says thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's husband.
Well, if you're Lauren Boebert, you just go after underage girls in a bowling alley. These people, how do they get elected? What you got, Lori?
Well, I did get the hoe of the tarot. So there is going to be someone else popping up. I don't think there's just one.
There's more than one.
I don't think there's just one X3. I think there's another X3. He probably alternates weekends with them or something. When I first looked, I got all the money that's going in. There's a lot of people trying to keep him in there. I mean, I had to pick them up and look and ask the question again, like, is he going to be able to keep his job? Because there's a lot of people trying to keep him in there. And I got that it could get really, really close. But there are, I think, enough that don't want him there. I think he's pissed off enough people that are just saying, I don't really want you. But then I feel like Trump and the governor put the pressure on where they're like, okay, well, he can stay. So I'm getting, I think they're going to have a real problem with this. I think it comes down to there's enough that he doesn't get to stay. But I think there's a real problem. He's definitely losing support.
Well, look at all the people he's probably covering for that were involved with all the schemes he's ran. And then Jenny was saying he was involved in January 6th too. How many people is he covering for that?
I don't know.
So it's in their interest to keep him in place,
Yeah, like why all of a sudden is, having a girlfriend on the side a problem? That's never been a problem for Republicans.
Thank you, Rhonda.
Something else has set this up in motion.
I get the 4 of Swords, retreat,
Good.
the 8 of Swords, limitations, and the Tower. So he is released, I do believe. The 8 of Pentacles in the Chariot, I believe they do have, may be a little tough. I did see a report, to Lori's point, though, that he does have a lot of money coming in and a lot of financial backing and a lot of financial connections. So the people there in Texas, or hell, probably anywhere, benefit from his presence. And so he's going after, when you were speaking to the drunk guy, he was going after the House Speaker. And so I think he has, though, PO'd enough people in the Republican Party in Texas, in particular House and Senate, to where they want to get rid of him. But he has some national connections to where maybe he can just move on and just be a lobbyist or fundraiser for this one or that one, or go be Trump's right-hand man type of thing.
It's
It
like
ends
they're
in
okay with the drunk House Speaker, but not the
You
guy
can go work
cheating
at
on
Fox
his wife.
You can go work at Fox.
It ends in the Fool's, so something else does start. The Fool's journey is not over in 10 minutes, so there is something else after this. But I do think he does get released from his duties. But
Did you get any female cards in yours, Johnny?
I got the Queen of Wands too.
Yep, that tells me too. What's his name? Phelan, the House Speaker. I forget his name. Phelan, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He must have more support to get over 120 votes in the House than Paxton. He must have a lot of political clout. And Paxton was going after him because he was drunk on the floor. What's going on there?
What's the
Dave Phelan, or whatever his name was. We read on him on Wednesday, whatever that was. Phelan, thank you, Rose. Dade Phelan, he has Ken Paxton coming after him because Ken Paxton accused him of being drunk on the House floor because he was slurring all his words. And so Phelan now is seemingly having enough people to say, get Paxton out of here. Paxton wants Phelan to resign because he was drunk on the House floor. So they're going back and forth at each other right there. But also, I want to say this quick aside. Thank you to Emerald Buddha for my mats. I forgot to say that twice, so now that I remember, there you go. But they're going back and forth at each other. Well, actually, no, that's not really true. Phelan hasn't said anything. And Ken Paxton has released a bunch of statements calling for him to resign now. So are they... What's happening there? Is it a sabotage thing on Paxton's part to try to get him out to put another person in that is a little more, or was it, because now he's impeached, was it a plan to get Phelan out to get somebody more cooperative in? Or does a bunch of people want him to move on? Like, what's happening there?
Hey, Adam, saw you in chat.
So we're asking why Paxton wants to get rid of Phelan.
Yeah, because it hasn't been some overwhelming thing to where a bunch of people are saying, Phelan, please leave because you were drunk on the House floor. It's Paxton and maybe a few of his buddies, but
or they could have voted to remove him from speaker position.
Thank you, Hope.
But no, now we're getting rid of the Attorney General.
But now now Phelan has gotten rid of Paxton. Well, impeached him anyway. And so, well, I shouldn't say he has, but he presided over. So is there bad blood there, or is this just a one-off?
I love how Paxton always hid whenever they were trying to subpoena him for anything.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, there's video of him, like his wife trying to detract, run to the car and detract from news people and stuff. And
you should have just gone to see him when he was at his mistress's house. I mean, come on.
Again, I don't want to talk about nobody's looks, but
you gotta have some beer goggles, man. Some serious beer. It's like, damn, you look like Matthew McConaughey all of a sudden.
There's a song, and the line in the song says, "Don't I look like a Holly Berry poster?" You see that Belvedere playing tricks on you. It's like
I'm getting us a little bit of a break from the MAGA versus the regular conservative Republicans. That there's a friction between them. It's image and lies, and something is changing, and trying to walk away from the ones that are erratic and trying to get a little more grounded. So it's a power play, bullies in the Republican Party, and they're splitting, they're separating, they're splitting their support. coming down to these two men kind of thing, and whose side are you going to take? I'm not even getting it's about money. It's just splitting the party. Somebody's sick of it.
Good. I hope they eat their young too.
Yeah, I mean it's not about money that much. I don't get, which surprises me because I would have thought it would be about money. Maybe they realized, okay, these MAGA people keep costing us elections, and we're getting ready for elections.
What'd you get, Becca?
The question, what was the question? Why does Ken Paxton want
Phelan out?
Phelan out? Because the actual conservatives, not the maggots, okay, not the ones that eat dead, decomposing stuff. The actual conservatives there's improvement and change there in the Conservative Party power and resources, and he can't bribe them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he has no sway over them. It's these people here, the traditional conservatives, the one that has the legacy of power in the House.
It's almost like they're trying to get ahead of what's coming down from Jack Smith, and they're splitting out from the MAGAs.
Mm-hmm.
What you getting, Lori?
There's information coming very quickly as to what caused the split and the betrayal.
Everybody got it, huh?
Yep.
And there are some coins here. There's a few coins here, but mostly, I think you're right about this upcoming big judicial decision. And especially with this 8 of Wands coming up here, there's going to be an announcement. And then I think it's not good.
I wonder how many of them in numbers were involved with planning and plotting to overturn stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Like, even though Texas went for Trump, but still, like.
I don't think it was just him.
Mm-mm.
Well, there are 21 that voted to not impeach, so that'll tell you something.
I get the first two cards as fight with the erratic. So 5 of Wands, Knight of Swords. So this would be your MAGA people. There's a fight there. I mean, why you wait this long? I don't know. It doesn't matter, I guess. But I think it's because there are some deep secrets, 6 of Cups in the High Priestess, around monies and opportunities and things that were given, things that were donated, things that were passed along, favors as well. 9 of Swords, there's a lot of worry around that. And the walls are closing in, and now you have to separate. Betrayal does not come from thy enemies. It comes from people that you know, love, or trust. And so since you're on the same side, these are the people who came against you because they want to make sure probably that when the FBI or the whoever in the alphabet community would come in and say, can I talk to this person? I'm not connected with them. They're connected with them. And so maybe save yourself type of thing. And I mean, it's a lot of y'all though that got the good seats on the Titanic. So it's still going down. And I guess you're trying to make sure that you got in the boat instead. But
so what you're saying, Johnny, is that they were cool with his criming, and until he started getting a little bit too much spotlight on his criming, and then they're like, "Whoa, we can't have this."
Yeah,
because your crime is going to get all of us in trouble.
Of course, Paxton has in his corner Trump, who just got showed the world that he had sexually molested this woman in E. Jean Carroll case. You got him in your corner, Paxton. Let's see, you got Ted Cruz, who left the state when you had a state emergency to Cancun. You got good people on your side, Ken Paxton.
And then you got Hot Wheels over there doing all sorts of stupid stuff. Go after Hot Wheels too, because he's.
I am so immature. I laugh every time at that name. It is so good.
I can't even say it. So
that
I
sounds
just let
so
Becca
good.
say it, and you laugh at it, and then I snicker.
I mean, it's what they call. I mean, it's not even meant to be. Anyway, moving on. Jan 6, Paxton. Is there any trouble that he's going to get into for that?
Because they've been trying to get his text.
Wait, for what? For January 6th?
Yeah, because he was there January 6th.
He was physically there.
He was physically there. And they've been trying to get his text. That may be one of the things they've been trying to serve the subpoena on, because he's been dodging subpoenas all over the place. So is he going to be in trouble for January 6th?
Was he just at the rally, or did he go in the building?
He was not in the building, I don't think. I think he was just at the rally.
Okay.
But, when Trump comes to his aid immediately when he's about to get impeached, there's some cahoots there going on. Cahoochie hoots.
What happened to Madison Cawthorn? He went and got his tires changed, I think. Because they changed it for him, that's for sure.
He lives in my town.
Be Tattletale.
You know that, right?
What'd you say?
He moved to Cape Coral.
Did he really?
I swear.
He moved to where?
He moved to the city I live in.
He's not trying to run for office, is he?
No, not yet.
He's smart. He's staying on flat ground because somebody pushed him down a hill if he didn't.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh, man.
My condolences for Kate. Maybe he'll stick to podcasting. He was doing podcasts. That's where he really was. Talking about the goodness of the Lord. And how he didn't want to go to the Oochie Coochie party with all the old men. So there, he'll know how to have a little fun, Madison. That's all.
Oh, Johnny.
You got the Ben Gay on this side and the Icy Hot on this side. Anyway, what was the talking? Jan 6. Who got it? Becca, what you got?
Is he going to get in trouble? There's some communication, meetings, negotiations, perhaps something on a phone that is sus, seriously sus. Is he going to get in trouble? Quite possibly, yes, for something to do with obstruction. Mail or results being obstructed, and then eventually they're delivered, one way, shape, or form. Mail, delayed, obstructed, but then it gets delivered. But there's something on a phone or in a meeting with House members, possibly with these two, a meeting with very close people within the entourage, the tight circle of people at work. But there's something on a phone here with the birds that's highly sus. So yeah.
There's been a whistleblower on him. Somebody, because he is giving birth to a lot of things that he was supporting with January 6th. And yeah, he did some criming there. I do get, he's going to have to lawyer up, and there's a lot of money involved. There's definitely messages, because I have both my communication messages card here. So something on his messages will put him in defense mode, and he will regret that. There's also something about that network of votes, so the electoral college votes that he's involved in. So he may know something about that whole scheme and may have been giving advice or something on how to do it. He gets a subpoena. It's like he's, he gets investigated. He gets a subpoena, and there's like steady money flowing into him.
Mm-hmm.
He got paid to do something.
Yeah. I think he got paid too. I think he got paid, and I think it's communications as well. And I think it was, hang in with the party and obstruct, obfuscate, just, make a mess out of things. I think was just to hold up the vote. And but communication is on its side, so there's a definite problem there. Pay to play.
Lucky Girl, if you are available, pretty please, and thank you. Will you repost, because I can't find it in the chat, will you repost what you posted? Because that made sense in English. Will you post what you reposted or repost what you posted about Lori's channel, please? I'm going to try to pin it to the top. We're trying to help Lori get to 10,000. So if y'all would subscribe, please, and thank you. What I got, would he get in trouble? 2 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords. He's definitely worried about it. Now, if he's worried about it, then that means there's something in his atmosphere that has triggered him that somebody might be looking into, somebody might be searching, somebody might be inquiring. And I don't think that it is a coincidence he keeps running from the servers. And so the 6 of Cups in the world, there's some nostalgia, some friendship that he has that had something to do. I think this person works in media too. Don't know what capacity exactly, but they may work in media. They're on TV, I think. There's somebody he's connected to that is on TV. Like a reporter. It's not necessarily like a Fox News thing. It could be somebody local, but there's somebody connected to him on television too, Star and Page of Wands. Could be a local person. But will he get into any trouble? Maybe. If somebody else gets in trouble first. I don't think that he is directly in line right now. I think he is indirectly because somebody will implicate him. Because I get the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups. So there's like a friend that gets in trouble for something, and then they can implicate him. And then if they do get his telephone, why don't you delete? I delete every single text message I get.
Here's your comment to pin from Lucky Girl, Johnny.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lucky Girl.
So I know that this is completely unrelated, but like all those laws that Paxton put into place in Texas, like the bounty hunting for women and people that go to get abortions, what happens to that? Is that still in place? Even because that's completely unlawful, completely and utterly unlawful.
Well, they've got lawsuits going to their Texas Supreme Court all over the place.
Yeah, but then you got idiots in the Supreme Court and other federal judges like that moron that's trying to ban the pill, you know.
Speaking of media, did you guys see that Fox News took all their equipment back from Tucker at his home where he had his own
raided his house?
They went in and they stripped out all because he had his own little studio in his house. They came in and took it all back.
Did he work remotely?
He did a lot remotely he had a home studio set up where he could work remotely, and they went in because he was announcing he was getting ready to do podcasts like on Twitter and different things, and they came in, they took all his filming equipment. He has nothing to film a podcast with now. Betty,
break out the Nokia phone, you'll be all right. That's how I started. Use some of that Swanson money, you jerk.
He has a little flip phone now, probably.
I can't.
I'm sure Elon Musk can give him a great platform on Twitter.
Yeah. He'll go rebuild his studio in his house.
Yeah, and then he'll have to fix Twitter Spaces.
Yeah.
So my last Paxton question is this is feel free to not read on this if you don't want to. What is his relationship like with his wife that he's married to legally?
Is she going to vote to remove him?
What is Ken Paxton's relationship like with his wifey?
With this state senator wife.
With his legal, on paper, wife.
His legal wife?
Legal.
The legal one.
Yeah. Not that one he moved from Alabama, wherever she's from. I mean, again, I don't like talking about nobody's looks, but
well, it's like Trump. Like, what woman in her right mind would want to kiss that little screwed up face? Oh. I just gave myself the willies.
Oh I mean, okay. I mean, maybe she's having some of her own, happens. Everybody plays the fool, I guess.
You're not going to sing that song?
Copyright.
Ooh.
She's about done with him. The one thing that keeps them together is Trump and fighting for Trump and January 6th and all that. That's what they have in common, who they work with and for. But she's ready to turn her back on him and pack his bags. He's leaving because he's a smug little. I'm gonna ask. Is she gonna vote to remove him? She's about done with him. What'd y'all get?
What'd you get, Lori?
It's finished. She was done with him a while back. It's just about the money. I think she's got her eye on somebody else. Or she might have spoken to an attorney already, but this was all. It's just about the appearance and the money and everything. It was gone over a while ago.
I get the same thing. Public, very popular. There's money in business. Acting like a bachelor, having fun, going out, getting drinks, getting high. What's that one single website, Plenty of Fish? Well, here you go. You know what I mean? And it was just for news and appearance, power and money, resources and money. It was just a marriage of convenience, power, money.
Is Plenty of Fish and everywhere? I thought it was just Florida. No,
it's everywhere.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
I'm getting she may have a piece on the side too. She may have her little side piece.
What you get?
I can't get a yes no on how she's going to vote because he's trying to temper her. She's trying to stand strong. He's trying to temper her, and it all comes down to their work that they, their jobs and stuff. But I get she's got a little side piece.
So I got the Queen of Wands in the last read, and I thought maybe this is an outside person. So when she come up again, I asked, "Is this the wife?" And then I clarify with the King of Wands. So that's the wife. She was in his warning position last time, and so there's some bad blood there. The Six of Wands and the Hierophant, though, she is very. Here's another song for you. Kind of stand by your mandish right now, to where she may be in public want to appear to be that stand by your man type thing. Aside,
wouldn't it be funny if she's like comes down to the 51st vote as like her?
if you're going to stand by your man, let me say this: make sure you're the only one there at the time, and he doesn't have a girlfriend A and B, because then let one of them do it. But anyway, I got the fool in the end, so I think she wanders off eventually.
I get that the affair is public. I asked if she would vote in favor of removing him. This is about, it's almost kind of like a bit of embarrassment that the affair is public. These are all positive cards. But I get no vengeance or anything like that. We'll see. Maybe I'm interpreting it wrong. But maybe it's like Johnny said, it's like, oh, we're so and so. She went
Maybe
to the
she's absent that day.
She's probably mad that other people know. I mean, she's just like, can't you just keep this quiet? Because she does not want him. I mean, this was over.
It's like everybody knew about it. Everybody knew because they were telling him, stop, you're going to get in trouble. And he did it anyways. I guess she's mad now because the whole world knows, like.
Because this was over long before somebody left the house.
She might vote to separate him out from that office. She might vote to kick him out. She's disgusted with him.
Well, speaking of disgusting, what's the child name? Lauren Boebert.
Oh God.
Apparently, there's a 911 call of her child saying that his father is throwing him around the house. And then there's another story to where the child said, no, that actually didn't happen. And then she got on the phone and was like, I'm his mom and everything's fine and he doesn't need help. And you can send the police if you want to, but he's all right. And da, 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 da. What happened there? What's going on? What is the real story? What can the tarot tell us? What happened?
This is the kid that's about to be a daddy. Make her a grandma.
This is the same one?
Yep.
Is it the same one for sure? I thought she had like 4 kids.
Yes,
boys.
it's her 16-year-old son that he was throwing around the house. So she basically protected a child abuser.
Well, he said that he was throwing me around the house. And then he said, no, he actually wasn't. And then the mom said he's okay. Come check on him. You can, but he's all right.
No.
And
So he could have been lying too, because I mean he's a Boebert after all. So what happened?
He's living in a separate house on the property down the road. Because that's what good Christian women do. They live down the road in a separate house.
And then what state is it that they're trying to end divorce? So stuff like this can happen all the time. Why not? Why not?
Lauren Boebert's husband and child.
Ooh.
Look at that face.
There's domestic abuse there that gets it increases. Domestic abuse, fighting, criticism, belts, whips, ropes, stuff like that, and it escalates very quickly. The abuse and the fighting in the home, the abuse escalates very quickly. So yeah, I get that. The dad, because I asked, what did the dad do? Well, the dad's a physical abuser. Also with this here, this is also addictions. So that may also be, there may also be some sort of an addiction.
They claim he's a drinker too.
There might be an addiction issue in the home that causes a lot of distress, argument, fighting, physical abuse as well. But it escalates very fast.
He supposedly went ballistic when she served him with divorce papers.
Yeah, his temper's not good.
He apparently defended him and said he did not attack the server and all of that type of stuff.
No, he just let his dogs loose.
Yeah.
Pit bulls, because you know they're pit bulls. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. But if I had to bet, well, whatever happened was explosive. I mean, it was just off the charts. And he was full of ego, and he isn't balanced. He's just not balanced. And it was excessive. He's very concerned about how much money this is. The kid is costing him, and the kid was just like, leave me alone, leave me, just so defense. It was terrible.
I get he's trying to hang on to his family, and he wants, as the dad, he wants attention, but everything's changing, and the family, is coming to an end. The kids want away from him. So I don't think, this is a first time thing. There's going to be a lot of regrets and a lot of heartbreak and everything because he's erratic within the family. So they're gonna end up having to kick him out in the cold and doing like some sort of court order against him, like court order injunction to keep him away from the kids.
Erratic is a good word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got Knight of Swords too. There's a lot of that. The 8 of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So he is a bit of he is forceful. with the child. I'll say it that way for you too. But because I get the temperance too. And so there's a beat him up. I'm sorry. There's some sort of mending offenses that he's always trying to do. So this may be in like a drunken rage type of thing. Because I got both 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, and they're not in good positions. And so the family tree, they may have a history of this type of thing. I think it goes way back. And if you surveyed all of the children, they may have similar stories. Some legal proceedings are coming up, even though this was a long time ago. Some legal proceedings are coming up that he's not also going to like, which is probably his divorce. And that is going to cause, this is where the erratic card came up. That's going to cause some of that type of thing. So the next question, I asked this already. Will this get ugly between Bobert and him? Will their divorce become publicly bad? Will it become ugly publicly, I should say?
So she's dating someone else, right? She's dating someone, a preacher.
She's like MTG. She already got her little side piece and then files for divorce.
He's an evangelist or something?
I think so. I think he's a minister of some sort.
Because she's been dipping her toe in that bucket for a while.
Yeah.
You know she's going that
what
way,
kind
right?
of evangelical cheats on with a married woman who hasn't even gotten a divorce yet? Yeah, that's
she's
what
gonna
you do.
Be
When
a
you're
Tammy
good
Faye. She's going to be a Tammy Faye.
Minus the makeup, maybe.
Minus the blue eyeshadow.
Maybe. Thank you, Karen, for posting.
It's like a soap opera. You know, someday there'll be a soap opera on DC politicians or something.
There is, called the Nightly News.
Well, if he's drinking, because I got the temperance card too, and if he's drinking and there's as many guns in that,
taught all the kids how to shoot.
in that acre, I mean, you know, they did pose with their Christmas card.
Lord have mercy.
She's promising him money.
Yeah, because their bar shooters went broke.
They had an excuse because the landlord refused to renew their lease.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got rid of the restaurant. But it was hemorrhaging money because why wouldn't it?
Didn't they try to actually move it to another building?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember all what happened. I mean, I think it will be publicized because they're struggling for control, and that goes to the courthouse, and you know, and there may be, I don't know, depositions or a mediator or something, maybe a mediator. But she's promising him things like, if you leave me alone, you can have this, this, and this. You know, that's what I'm getting.
I get it's going to get really nasty, treacherous things coming out. There's definitely drinking going on, strength on the drinking and stuff. And that's going to be shown in the court cases. There's a lot of evidence that's going to come forward through the courts. There's something about school records. So whether there have been teachers that have noticed bruising or the kids' school records, like they're not doing well in school. There's something about the school records that's going to also give another perspective on this. There's something about fighting and constricting. So I'm seeing like kids locked in a closet kind of thing, you know, like trying to control them, put them somewhere. All this is going to come out in the courts. So, yeah. It's going to get ugly.
Wow.
I get yes again, Sun in the end. We're going to see a lot of it. because you can't really hide it because she's a public figure now. And so just like anybody else that's a celebrity, you see all their business because you have to live it out in front of people. That's kind of the price of being a star. But yes, there's going to be a lot of messages. She is still going to try to spin some stories. Maybe she's trying to mitigate some damages, but she's trying to take up for him. And this may be a way of trying to calm him down as well. Because I get the King of Swords and the Ace of Wands. There is a show of force by him, but I got the Page of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Queen of Pentacles. She is going to try to soften some messages when it comes out in the media, but everybody's going to see what they're going to see. The sun, you can't hide anything. This is not the moon. The moon is not illumination. The sun is illumination. And so you will see whatever it is trying to show you. And so whatever story she's trying to spin ain't going to work, home girl.
Neither one of them should be parents.
No.
Neither one of them are fit to be parents.
Oof.
In my humble opinion. In my petty opinion.
Laura, you read on this in one of your lives. And what is the relationship between DeSantis and Elon DeSantis? Because, or Elon Musk, Elon DeSantis, because right now DeSantis has gotten rid of a lot of oversights and regulations on Starlink, and he can do business any kind of way he wants to, basically Elon, and then Elon gave him a platform for his disastrous presidential announcement. So what is the relationship between the two?
All right.
Yeah, because now if they have a crash doing their space flights and things and damage somebody's home or kill anybody, there's no liability in Florida for that. Good luck suing.
Okay. I asked if Elon would actually continue to support DeSantis. Yeah.
Lev Parnas supported the Satan before the last election, got him a lot of donations, and now the Satan's like, I don't know him. All these photos where he's standing right behind him, just like with Trump. All your little Russian donations to Satan.
That's the next question.
Like calls to like, huh? Those two.
What you got?
The relationship itself is basically around establishing popularity on some sort of a platform where there's a huge audience, but there's also something here, some sort of an invitation or something that's written that rewards, not necessarily bribes. I don't get any money cards, but it's what would that be if it's almost like perhaps maybe favoring him in the long run on his platform, because there can be something that could be written. Do you see what I'm saying? So like perhaps passing laws to give him more leniency on his platform, but it all revolves around establishing popularity for his party, his campaign. So that's what I get.
Yeah. You know, Johnny, you always talk about the chariot. If you got to go in the same direction, right? If one of those horses tries to go a different direction, then, you know, right now they're on the same page. I get his media, and you know, I'm seeing the rockets here. Like this looks like the rockets taking off, right? I'm getting that was burdening Musk as a businessman. So he had secret deals going on, you know, trying to smooth that out. So the other thing is I get they're trying to block the emperor being Trump. So it's their way of doing that. But it's 50-50 about whether this will continue on that way. I think Musk is an opportunist. As soon as he gets what he wants, he's going to take that chariot a different direction. He'll start to see things a little differently. And Musk, he likes to be seen with the winners. So as soon as the Satan starts going downhill, he'll probably pull away and go with somebody else. You'll see a big change.
Well, I mean, if how he's running Twitter is any, guideline, he's like a Trump. Everything he touches turns to poop. So by all means,
go ahead and touch the Satan.
By all means.
Please use both hands.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get, Johnny?
As far as their relationship goes, Page of Cups and the Justice, I think this is, you give me this, I'll give you that. Cause and effect, consequences, that type of thing with the Justice card. The Five of Wands and the Sun, there's no friendship there. Like, they're not bosom buddies or anything. I ain't been knowing you since 76 type of thing. The Seven of Cups and the Lovers, they're not necessarily they're not the star crossed lovers type thing. This just no. What you got is what I need. I'll give you this, you give me that type of thing. King of Pentacles always wants things. This is Elon Musk. He wants things. He wants toys. He wants trophies. He wants accolades. He wants all those things. DeSantis needs money because he's trying to run for the highest office in the land type thing. And so Elon's got it. He needs it. You do this for Starlink. I'll do this for your dreams of being president of the United States. That's what I get.
So I think, well, I got the Chariot card as well. So I just wanted to point that out. It looked like when they were first speaking, about this Twitter Spaces, they're like, "Oh yeah, let's go forward. Let's put all our plans out there. Let's see how many people." And then it was just such a disaster, and it just ended that. I mean, they couldn't even talk. It was so bad. It was, but because of what they want and what they can give each other, they will come back around. This Chariot comes right back around, and they're
when Three Fingers needs a new pudding cup, Mr. Musk is going to provide them.
Yes, and he might even let him have some real estate, some money. There could be a land deal, a travel deal.
Please take him up on a space flight.
Take him up. Or plant one of your new brain chips in your Neuralink company in his head, would you?
Yeah, just put a Neuralink in. You know what's funny is how the Satan is attacking Disney when his wedding was at Disney.
Yep.
It's so funny. It's like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
That's some what is it? SDE energy right there. Johnny knows what I'm putting down.
I have no idea. You'll have to fill me in on that one. But they're not done dealing with each other. They're going to do another deal. But I think it's just what you guys said. It's just about what they can get from each other.
Well, speaking of getting things, Lev Parnas said that DeSantis got tons of money from Russia. Now, there is a $50,000 donation from a Russian oligarch that DeSantis did get. And then when DeSantis seen all of the goings on with Lev and Igor and all that, he gave it back, is what he said.
When they got arrested.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't want that now.
So what I want to know is how much money is currently, is it a lot, not necessarily a number, but is it a lot of money being pumped into DeSantis' campaign by oligarchs or Russian influences right now? Because, he tried to make it sound like he's Russia disconnected all of a sudden. So how much, or if any, any.
I love what he said. He didn't know Lev, but even at his victory thing, Lev's standing right beside him, right over his shoulder in the photo. No, I don't know him.
And he wants to stop the funding for Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And it's a territory problem.
But you don't like M&M's either, do you?
DeSatan is no different than Trump, maybe worse because he might have a little bit more of a brain. He can put a sentence together.
Mm-hmm. I got a MAGA question on that too.
I think he's more dangerous because, look at the effectiveness he's had at doing these horrible laws down there.
But the thing is, the guy is so incredibly unpopular that if these morons just want to keep pumping money, I mean, you might as well put it in a trash can and light it on fire. What Trump did in 2016 cannot be replicated. That was a series of events that put Trump in the White House. Besides Russia interfering and misinformation and Facebook and all that stuff, you also had James Comey that week come out. Oh yeah, Hillary's under. You can't replicate that again. So,
especially now that everybody's looking for it.
Yeah, so exactly, Johnny.
They had James Comey come out, but they also had the Access Hollywood tape come out. Like, why didn't that sway things away from Trump? That why did any woman ever vote for him?
But that blip was like once in a lifetime blip. So I don't see that happen. I mean, that's just me being optimistic. I would hope we learned, but I could be wrong.
I personally think they project everything they're doing themselves. So when they started projecting about Smartmatic and Dominion and everything, I think they're messing around with the SNS voting machines. I think they rig elections myself.
I think Cootie's going to really try to use the misinformation again. I think it's going to be hyper because he has to get Trump back in there or DeSantis in order to win that war for entertainment purposes only.
Mm-hmm.
How much money do you see?
There's dark money. There's definitely dark money involved here. It's, partnership, a greedy partnership to try to get him the votes. So they've changed from who they were backing previously, being Trump. They're dissatisfied with Trump. There's definitely dark money involved. Trump is still stronger though, so that's the problem that they're facing. There's other Republicans that they're also behind. So yeah, there's oligarch money big time. There's my yes card. They're just, I don't think it's gonna help DeSatan. I see him as burdened and not getting enough votes and stuff.
Just because you got money doesn't mean America has to like you. You know what I mean? Like, you can throw all the money you want, but if you don't have the votes, you ain't getting the votes.
I mean, when you have to block the young lady, I forget her name. My phone just rebooted. That did Barack Obama's inaugural poem. When you have to block that from the schools, how stupid and racist can you be? It was just so petty, where everybody found her so inspiring of any color. But especially young Black kids getting to see her standing there delivering that speech, that was just beautiful.
I would love to see him on his campaign, because this is going to be a disaster. It's going to be he might be popular with a tiny select few in Florida. That does not translate to the entire US after 4 years of a nightmare that was Trump. It doesn't, so by all means, go ahead. Sorry, Lori, I didn't mean to interrupt. What did you get?
No, I agree. They're thinking that, when he first came to the forefront, they were thinking, hey, this looks pretty good. They thought this looks pretty good, but now they're like, this is a gamble. He may just be too immature, and this was on its side. So there's money there, but it isn't the 10 of Pentacles. I would like to see the 10 of Pentacles. So I think there's money, but I think they're still looking at other people.
I wonder if he's ambidextrous with his 3 fingers.
With his 3 fingers.
And
While
with
he's
his
wearing,
knot too.
while he's dressed like the green M&Ms.
In drag, in his white go-go boots.
But he's definitely getting money. I mean, definitely.
Look,
guess
that
that's
just fell out again. He is definitely getting some dark money.
I get that there's the elections here, Tower and Garden. There might be several institutions or corporations that they have set up for his campaign, roads to corporations for the campaign. They may not be direct roads, so I'm going to donate money to this, and that money is going to move over there and over there until it eventually gets back to where it's going. I added all these up. It comes up to 61. 6 plus 1 is 7, so maybe around 7 million or something like that. It's high up, but there's roads through institutions and corporations that make it to the campaign. So
That's what I get. Because he raised $8.5 million in 24 hours.
what?
Yes, that's what
No way.
After that disaster on Twitter Spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Because
8.5.
A fool and his money will soon be parted.
22 plus 19 plus 20 came out to 61. 6 plus 1 is 7. So that's why I was saying maybe around 7 million.
Because the majority of that money would come from Russian influence. I get the world card, so there is an international flair to it. But like I got what Becca said, basically, here's the money, but here is multiple places where it's coming from. In the 7 of Cups, you're not going to say, "Oh, that came from the ghost of Rush Limbaugh." No, it's like this came from that person to that person to that person back to him type thing. Because that's what you do. I mean, because you got Pac money and Pac-Man money and Miss Pac-Man money and all that stuff. So that's a lot of it came from there. Here's my question though. Here.
But Johnny, I have a question though.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, I missed his Twitter announcement, but from what you guys were saying, that was a disaster. So after that, he raised $8 million.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was able to come through. I mean, after 25 minutes of messed up, the supporters, the people that had any patience waited, and then he was able to announce, and then he went on Fox News right after.
7 million could have been given, 7 or 8 million by Musk. He's a billionaire.
Yeah, and the thing is, even Donald Trump wasn't able to raise $8 million after his indictment. So there's something fishy about that. Like that's sorry.
He might have felt bad about the skid marks on Twitter Spaces.
But here's because everybody that I have been watching said that he is not going to have a very good campaign, that he's not the front runner, so forth and so forth. But they're pushing him, they're donating, so forth and so forth. So can we ask, just humor me, will Ron DeSantis be the Republican nominee for the president of the United States? $8 million in 24 hours, somebody like it. Even if it's coming from foreign influence, that means they're trying to push it. And if they're trying to push him, then they're trying to push him over somebody. And so, will he be the nominee? Will some trickery be going on?
Okay, so will he be the Republican nominee for president?
Yes, for president of the United States of America. I still get no, though. So, there's that. I got Ace of Swords and 5 of Wands. It's a no for me. So
You only did 2 cards?
I did 3. King of Cups in the middle. So he loses to some guy.
I mean, all these stupid ass, sorry, Johnny, dumbass, sorry, bad people with a lot of money, instead of throwing all your money to these people you could be helping, all these, public things, homelessness, veterans, schools. But no, let me throw money at this clown, this fascist dictator wannabe so that I can pay even less in taxes. Like, make it make sense. I don't contribute to society, but I want to have my say in how society runs.
I don't positively contribute to society.
Yeah, thank you, Johnny.
Because what you're proposing to do by hiring this guy is going to be worse for all people.
Mm-hmm.
Nostalgia tells me it's probably going to be Trump. Everybody's looking at their options and getting quite emotional about who to choose and looking at things a little differently. But I get the Satan gets an indictment. I get he's got money coming in that's probably from Mother Russia somehow, and something gets caught in text messaging and a whistleblower. I don't get he gets the nomination. I get he gets an indictment. I've never gotten he gets nominated. I always get there's some kind of campaign finance or something.
Yeah. He goes up, then he goes down. And I don't think he's the favorite.
He has no personality either.
No.
Where Trump, love him or hate him, he's gregarious and
Does he lose?
can be funny to the MAGA people on stage.
Even though Don Jr. said he has the charisma of a mortician. He said Trump, but he meant to say DeSantis.
He did. And he even said that DeSatan had a nasally, whiny voice. I lost it. I just lost it. I was like, mirror, please. Mirror.
All that coke up your nose made you a little nasally too. What'd you get, Rebecca?
Widespread losses. Like, it's just vast losses. This one, it comes up close, turns negative because this carries nervousness. This is anxiety. This is nervousness.
It comes up what?
Huh?
I couldn't hear you. It comes up what?
When the birds shows up close in a reading, it's a negative. Otherwise, this card is neutral. But in this instance, it's a negative. So there's also something here about widespread corruption as well. And that's why they're talking him up so much, because there's losses. Loss. The success is taken away, diminished here. And then there may be some talk or a lot of gossip also coming out about something that he's done around thievery or taking things away. So pick one. Can't say gay, can't talk about tampons, can't talk about your period.
Can't study African American history.
Can't study African American history, can't read books, can't, so there's this is going to be a disaster because of stuff he's taken away, and it's on a very vast scale. So
what's so interesting too is he's Italian, right?
Is he really?
Mm-hmm, I believe. Is he not?
What did you say? Italian?
Mm-hmm.
Is that why they call him Meatball Ron?
Well, that's why Trump does. But
Okay.
yeah, I just thought
That's why he calls him Meatball Ronnie, I think, because he's Italian.
But my point was, all of the people who are fighting the woke generation and the word woke and all that, if you are not a very wealthy, connected white man, you benefited from woke culture at some point during history. Whatever poor country you hailed from, or your ancestors hailed from, whatever, if you grew up here and you didn't grow up in the connected part of America, remember, everybody couldn't vote at one point in this country. The well-connected, white, wealthy men could, but you could not. And so you benefited from the woke culture, from the civil rights marches, from the sit-ins, and from the thises and the that's. Anyway, Lori, what'd you get? Did you go?
I already went. Yeah,
Okay.
I get that he's not the favorite, that people don't want him.
Jesus. Okay, so here's okay. Will this hurt him? Because he came out and said he would consider pardoning the Jan Sixers. He would even consider pardoning Donald Trump if he needed it, is what he said. Okay, so the GOPers, like the Bushes, the Bush GOP is what Trump called them. They are trying to support anybody but Donald Trump. Does this hurt him with those people? Because now he's talking about letting the MAGAs free that attacked the country. So does this make him look like one of them now?
Yeah, he's saying everything Trump says.
Yes.
So the question is, do the MAGA people think?
No, does him saying that he would pardon the MAGA people hurt him with the traditional GOP?
Oh, okay.
Just let them go free. They didn't do anything, right? It was a tour. It wasn't a riot. Meanwhile, one just got 18 years for his tour.
What?
I think personally, even though he keeps saying it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, I think he's going to be the nominee because every time I do a reading on him, it's awful. It's like he's garbage, he's trash, throw him away, nobody cares, but he's still in the news, and the news gives you free publicity. So it just feels like, fate's going to do an opposite, and I'm overlooking something. Just like every reading we've ever done about is Trump leaving office, 8 of Cups pops up every time. It's like, yep, he's leaving office, and then he never did. So it feels like that.
He left when his term was up.
His term was up. Anyway.
He still left.
Yes. I wanted to know, was he leaving early? And it always said yes. And he never did. Now, energy changes. I get it, because he had the opportunity to be gone, and they didn't take it.
Well, he had 2 opportunities and one close call to tickets to the park. So 3 exits that we know of.
His siding with the January 6th MAGA people and Trump, and showing his support with them and the relationship with them, it secures MAGA for him. But everybody else is like, yep, no. I get they're burdened by that and don't want it. They want to change. It's like I keep getting there's a strong Republican that hasn't come forward yet. Maybe it's going to be somebody new.
Think it's Sununu or Youngkin?
I don't know. It's somebody that hadn't come out yet that may take the Satan out.
I want tickets for that one. I think they think he's full of what. They just think he's full of hooey.
He's just mimicking Trump.
Yeah, and they don't. They're like, we don't want you. We're going to shine the light on your hooiness.
Your Huey, Louie, and Dewey-ness.
Will it win him any favors with the maggots? Nope. No. That is a hard no. There's thievery and losses, obstacles and enemies, and a lot of suffering and sacrifice. No.
Because Donald Trump still has the leash on these people. And you come out and say, I pardon you. Because Donald Trump had the opportunity to stand up for y'all, and he did not. He didn't throw that little point in there, but he should have. But I get, will this hurt you with the traditional GOPers? I think so. With the 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, and Magician, you talk a lot of mess. You really are not, again, he's not the favorite. Like, not the mama. He's just not the favorite. And I feel like next thing you know is going to be Biden versus DeSantis, because that's the way fate does. It's like, tricked you, psych. It's like
I used to think of Republicans as being people who were like love veterans, like John McCain, a survivor of Vietnam War, and was
Oh, hell no, John. Hell no, Jenny. They say that to the cameras behind closed doors. They're cutting.
But then they all vote, and I'm talking constituents here. They all vote for Bone Spurs that, never served a day in his life, nor any of his kids or anything. It's like they really don't care for veterans the way that they try to act like they do. And that's obviously what they've been trying to do in the debt ceiling thing.
Unless you have really deep pockets, they don't give an F about you at all. At all.
No, it's only about the money. It's not about anything but
you're
the
a
money.
billionaire or a big company.
Like I was saying, the people that, and Johnny corrected me, the people that do not positively contribute to society are the ones that they pander to. And then the rest of us have to suffer the crap, So.
Okay, I don't want, with all the defamation lawsuits going on, and Eugene Carroll 1 and Eugene Carroll 2 and all that, I don't want to defame anybody or to point fingers and raise suspicions. I'm going to mess this name up, but here we go anyway. FOAD, I think it's FOAD, maybe. Dabiri, D-A-B-I-R-I. He was the engineering boss at Twitter at the time DeSantis launched his campaign, and all of the technical problems started to happen. He quit the very next day. And what I want to know is, because he didn't say why, he's just moving on to something else. Without defaming the man, did he engineer something to where DeSantis' thing did not go off
intentionally
and then just quit right after? Or was it just one of those we're in the shadow of retrograde type of things?
So are you
he was embarrassed it didn't go well, so he just bailed before he got fired.
Or something like that? What happened?
Are you asking if he sabotaged?
I mean, I'm not trying to say it that way because I don't want to be defamatory.
Was it deliberate, intentional, or accidental?
Was there intentional?
Was it planned, deliberate, or was it accidental?
Yeah.
Fouling it up.
Old Dabiri, I think is how you say his name. But
DeBerry. Was DeBerry deliberate?
what happened there?
Yeah, Johnny disclaimer.
What happened then?
For entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'll use that sometime.
Throughout videos.
Because he was the engineering boss, is what the title said. And he quit the very next day.
I wonder if he was paid by Trump.
Because some were speculating that he, because he's been there for some time, that some were speculating that he just didn't like the fact that Musk gave DeSantis such a platform. Meanwhile, though, thank you, Margaret, he also gave a platform back to Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump contractually, because he's invested in here, can't use it yet. He also gave a platform to some other gross person, and now he's given one to Tucker. And so it's not like this is unprecedented. So that's why I was like, why are you mad now and quitting now? Did you pull the plug? Did you do a little coding and then leave? Like, what happened there? Anybody, what you got?
Go ahead, Becca.
There's something that was established, pretty mature in technology, that was taken away.
Just don't plug it in all the way. It's okay.
This is the internet, because this is technology, the internet. Something was taken away. So I don't know if it was a link, if it was algorithms, something. He took it away. And it's not just one loss, it's a bunch of little losses all over. So
little outages. I get he knew he was leaving before he went into action. So definitely a conflicting or sabotaging the communication. I get definitely he hung on to do that. And I get that there was a woman that was bullied there in the company that he might have had some dissatisfaction over like that she was like ousted, that kind of thing. But I get a big yes. It was deliberate. He had somebody else helping him also, and he burdened the crap out of it.
Well, didn't Musk fire a bunch of IT people too?
Yeah, I'm getting there's a woman in particular that was let go that he wasn't happy about.
It's like, I'm running this giant tech company. This is a great idea. Let me fire all the tech people.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a decision. I don't think he did this by himself. I really don't think he did it by himself. And I don't know if he wanted it to go that far. Maybe his hands were tied a little bit, but there was someone else. There was someone else involved in this. And I just do it. Just do it. Make it happen.
Well, he's better than me because I'd have messed it up and played It's Raining Man on top of it. So it's the Ten of Swords, Queen of Swords. There is a death to data right there with the Queen of Swords. The Eight of Wands, your communication in the Ten of Swords as well. There's a Seven of Pentacles and the Magician. This is a planned thing. I'm not going to say he did it, but there is a planned thing because someone assessed this quite some time. I don't believe he did it by himself, though. There is a... not saying he did it. There, I don't think he did it by himself, though. There's a couple people. Okay. I mean, I don't
because if he did something by himself, somebody else would catch it probably. So he had to have some partners.
I don't blame him. See, words of advice. There's three people you don't mess with, okay? Coders and hackers, chefs, and anybody wearing a suit. Don't mess with them people.
That's right.
Okay.
F around and find out, Elon.
All I'm saying. Anybody in a suit got connections to either God or the mob, so leave it alone. Anybody mess with your food can mess up your whole day.
I mean, it's not like Elon has the capability to track what happened. You know, he's not that literate in computer technology.
You fired all your people. Okay, so let's go on to a bit of a conspiracy here.
More?
Yes. Follow the dots, though. Moms for Liberty. I want to know their finances. If it was forensic deep dive into their finances, what would we find? They are now being outed as being connected to Crazy Face. What's with all the dots and the scars and the what's his name? Bannon. They're connected to him. They're connected to a bunch of different groups that he's also connected with, and so.
How to describe Steve Bannon? All the dots and the scars. I was like, who's he describing? And he's like, Bannon.
What's that child's name with the scabs and the scars and the dots?
Oh no! After he spent all that money on plastic surgery before he got arrested, remember he did. His face was cleared up
For 2 seconds.
Yeah, for 2 seconds. He looks like The Walking Dead, though.
Yes,
I mean, he's like the picture of Dorian Gray. It just gets worse and worse.
He's the portrait.
He's the portrait. He just.
Yeah, if you would have said 3 shirts and 8 pens, I would have gotten it
I
quicker.
ain't even got that far down yet. It's like I'm stuck
Okay.
here. This is a horror film right here.
All the dots and scars and scabs and spots. And...
No, he can scare you with the lights off. That's how bad he was.
So we're looking at the financing for what is it?
Moms for Liberty.
Moms for Liberty.
Because they are connected with a few groups. And so they're not just some grassroots protect our children from the influences of the woke. No, they have money coming in from a whole bunch of different weird people.
Johnny, which king would show up as dark dots and spots? And
Not the King of Cups. He's very vain. But
yeah,
is he also? He is vain, though, isn't he?
He's got ego beyond.
I would go King of Wands. Yeah. King of Wands is more of an engineer person.
Oh, no. Oh, I would definitely pick up King of Cups in reverse.
Gotta be. I still would say King of Cups because in the negative he would be very vain, yet you shouldn't be because Come on.
Wait, what's the question?
God gave you brains because he forgot the face part. If we took a deep dive into their finances, what would we find? Is it all clean? Is it okay? Or
Is it corrupt?
not so much? Dots and scars.
Bunch of spoiled brats in there.
Mhm.
Spoiled moms.
Moms for liberty.
Well, not so much. Right on the bottom.
This deck is so weird. This is why I don't use it, I guess.
I don't have one pinnacle, not one coin card, but I get not so much. They have a hidden agenda, partnering with bullies. There's a global aspect to this to try to burden people, manipulating their speech. It's all image, and they also probably want to block the courts or defund the DOJ kind of thing. They've got a different view of the government, but there's secrecy and stuff around them. I don't get any pinnacles. Like, where's the money?
I got it all.
I got some, but I it is about image and their petty selves. I mean, they're just really heartless. They're just gross people. And it's what they're trying to do. I mean, they're trying to go straight for the power, and they'll take chances with it, but it's bad. You know, I mean, it's not good. They're trying to make some changes. They're trying to get people even involved in this that aren't that normally wouldn't fall for this. You know, like to infiltrate groups that normally wouldn't be involved with them.
Like through misinformation or something?
Yeah.
Like what they're doing in Texas or several other of those conservative states for abortion clinics to educate women, but really all it is misinformation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like to get them to join their force, you know?
Intrepid Viewer said Forbes did an article on them. Love the name too, by the way, Intrepid Viewer.
I wonder where that came from.
So I did a little bit of a box spread. I'll try to keep it short.
You be as long as you want to.
They're associated to a couple people here that are very, what's the word, intolerant, specifically of race, lily white. Okay. Also links to extremely religious, dogmatic conservatives that make decisions. They're linked to a powerful couple that's very, very powerful with a lot of resources in energy, or they're an older couple with a lot of resources and power, and they're very, very, very successful. There's checks here, but there's problems with it. So if this is money and this is male, there's a fight here. Does that make sense? This is saying that they have several areas of income this way. This is saying very abusive and intolerant. Abusive, intolerant. They just don't have any patience, these people. Authoritarian, very authoritarian. But there's problems here with the finances too. Their finances are burdened, and there's a problem with it. Not so much a cycle as there's a pattern to the spending. If this is spending, this is mail checks. This shows a pattern here. So there's a pattern to how they're spending, and that money, if I follow that line up, comes up. If I follow this line up here, very burdened, painful, suffering older couple, and then there's the checks. But let me see here. There's a man here. and a man here and a woman here, and this is an older couple. If this one here is in a managerial position, makes decisions. So I don't know if this would, I don't have the tower here. This is only a box spread. So this could be a person that uses wisdom to make decisions, wise choices. Okay. Higher up. Okay. And another one that perhaps is some sort of an investor in energy or has a lot of money in business with energy, but it's like they've got 1, 2, 3. I see 4 areas where it's coming in. There may be more because that crossroads is there. So.
Thank you, Mountain Dancer. Can you, or do you use 2 words for one card? So when you have the whip and you say pattern, can you say abusive pattern, or would you?
Oh yeah, because it's all encompassed here.
So if it's something like that, can you say it is checks being used for
litigation, fighting?
Okay.
But there's also a pattern to how this money is being spent.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much routine. That would be more like the ring. It's a pattern of it.
It's like when you see them spend money, they're usually spending it on this.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
But it's not routine. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and like there's something with the checks too. Checks to fight, checks to litigate, checks to abuse, checks if you want to get petty for sex, because this is also sex, you know? So there's hypocrisy.
They love to litigate and take it up to the Supreme Court.
Because there's a person here, like I said, there's a couple of people here. Everything that comes before the crossroads doubles. There's this man and this older couple, okay? And there's a woman here too, the Queen of Diamonds. These people are higher up. They're wise. These are considered your seniors, your people with wisdom. Very religious, burdened, intolerant in their decisions. Do you see what I'm saying? So perhaps they've got links to people that have links to also, if we want to get technical, I said this is an older couple. If we're looking at people, and I said white supremacists, let me bring you down.
There's a power, and the image thing is the real deal here.
Here's where I got the white supremacists, because this is intolerance, and the lilies are white and pure. Birds, if you want to be literal, it's a bird. The bird gives money. So perhaps they're linked to a person that's linked to a person that linked to perhaps like a crow. What was his name? The crow guy.
Harlan.
Right. Harlan Crow. Do you see what I'm saying? There's several areas where they're getting money. And the point of it is to put that decision to where it's authoritative, and they have the financial backing from several areas. Do you see what I'm saying? And then there's fighting and disputing, but there's a pattern in how it's being spent and where it's coming from, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I get, if you took a deep dive, what would you find? There is a pattern indeed. The judgment card is something that reoccurs. And the world card, there is a lot of entities that circle this in, that circle this out. The Knight of Pentacles, though, to Rebecca's point, it's not routine. The Knight of Pentacles is work and reliable, but it is not steady work. This is somebody you hire to do a thing and then they go off. The Eight of Pentacles is more your work card, which is here. So this is routine. So there is some of that, and then there is some of this, and then there is some of this recurring type thing. The Ace of Wands, there is someone in control, though. So this Moms for Liberty may be a face, and then there's a different reason for this thing existing.
Or other things behind it, like several groups behind it, backing it to kind of give them cover for hide their real agenda.
Because there's your donations with the Six of Pentacles. This may be the thing that you can go and get a 501c3 for, but all of the other garbage is not going to line up if you were to do some forensic study.
The
But you
tower
get
was
very-
next to them, so I think they get exposed somehow.
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna,
are.
they're gonna find out where all those resources, just like they did with what's his face in the Supreme Court, both of them.
Mhm.
You know, because it's just like they. Yeah.
Well, speaking of exposing and money, For the Pure, number 4, THE, capital P, capital U, capital R, capital E, For the Pure, a organization started by Michael Flanagan. He is charging people because this is a group for people who are, it's like a match.com type of thing in a way. You can find people who have not been vaccinated.
Anti-vaxxers.
Yes, and they have people that you can find breast milk from if you want to get breast milk from a person who hasn't been vaccinated. If you want to date a person who hasn't been vaccinated. If you want a sperm donor and they haven't been vaccinated. So it's like a network of unvaccinated people if you want pure people to.
Can I correct that, Johnny? A network of plague enthusiasts.
Here's my,
It's like a dating app for Quackanon.
And wait till he gets to the good part, because this is, I saw that and my head went.
you can get a lifetime membership as one single person for $2,500 for the pure, not for the free and not for the broke. It is $2,500. If you are a company, they'll give you a discount. And you can get 15 lifetime memberships for $25,000. So they'll give you 5 for
Because you got to be there your whole life.
Until that company goes under. And
As short as it will be, you're going to be there for your whole life.
Here's my problem, though. Here's my problem, Michael Flanagan, and those who want to join For the Pure for $2,500.
What does lifetime membership
You're
mean?
looking for people who haven't been vaccinated. You didn't necessarily look for people who are disease free. And so that doesn't mean anything.
Oh shit, I just got herpes. Oh shit, I just got hepatitis.
For the unvaccinated, I'll have some of your breast milk, please. Oh, it's full of maggots and rickets. Okay, it's okay.
When somebody doesn't even have a baby, wants some of your breast milk? What?
It is a dating site too. So I mean, if you into that kind of thing, because you can meet other singles there, breast milk, sperm donors, blood donors, anybody who has not been vaccinated, and they're against the jab, as they call it. Then
it's like it's a social network for plague enthusiasts.
So here's my question.
And they don't have brain cells.
No,
You don't need those.
You're gonna get an implant from Musk, a brain implant from
It
Musk.
didn't say for the intelligent. It said for the pure.
but why would you want to buy breast milk though?
I mean, people do because it's not synthetic.
I'm not going to go online and buy somebody else. Like, that's a hard no, Johnny. Like, you don't. That could have came from the freaking store. And you're
because
selling
okay,
breast milk.
to be fair, some women want to breastfeed and have a difficult time doing it, and so there they go and they buy breast milk. But again,
It's kind of like
go to
organic
someone
almond.
that doesn't have rickets, so I understand I really do. I get it for the pure, y'all against the jab. I don't know what you just injected into me, the whole bit. I get it. I get it, and even though I find it ridiculous, to be nice, but I get it. What I want to know though is, will it be successful, number one, or however you want to word this, and two, what are you doing with all that money?
All your lifetime memberships.
If anybody's got $2,500 to join a group full of people who just didn't get a shot, Like, and I can't just start one of you. I got the stupid Meetup app on my telephone, so that was free.
And you have to stay there your whole life so you can continue dating these people.
Especially if your company paid for it.
Yeah.
Jesus, Christian.
So there's no hope that you'll meet anyone.
Sometimes I wonder, how long does this rapture thing take? Because can we get out of here now?
Yeah, just leave us normal people. Rapture up everybody else. Just get them out of the way.
Oh my God.
Because we need some changes around here. And I just,
Will For the Pure be successful?
I still can't get over buying breast milk online. Like, how do you know somebody's not milking a stray alley cat and selling you breast milk that you're going to go give to your kid? Like, are people that stupid?
Stray alley cat.
like my baby said, this tastes like Friskies and 9 Lives. What is this? I don't understand.
Got worms and fleas and missing hair and got AIDS and everything.
A stray alley cat milking a stray alley cat. The visual.
People that were buying $400 worth of dirt and eating it. That had
Because all I care about is that you didn't get the shot, right? Okay. Fine. I'll feed my baby asbestos.
But don't tell me anything else. Nope. There we
Don't
go.
ask,
I
don't
didn't
tell.
get the jab. I didn't get the jab, but don't tell me anything else.
Mm-mm. Oh my God.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we can go out and sell animal poop to these people and tell them that it cures everything. And they're
Yeah.
It's from organic cows that didn't get the jab either.
Yeah. sell it for $500 a pop.
Oh, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
My cats have been vaccinated, so I can't send them cat poop. Sorry. Nor can I milk them.
That would not be good.
Milking the kitties in the alley.
They've been fixed too. So
I can't make that.
Got that 2 gallons of Lucy. It's like
Lord of Jesus, help me.
oh, who needs to breathe? I know. That's all right.
Oxygen is highly underrated.
it's
This
full of
place-
vaccines.
That's like they want to be of their own kind, but there's regulations, and this comes to a complete halt somehow.
Because it was stupid from the start. It's just like, Lord have mercy.
Will it be successful? I see this thing heads to a court for something legal happens, and it escalates very quickly.
Yeah.
Where's the money going? The gifts of money. There's several areas of the resources that is being transferred, probably abroad, but it's being there's widespread. There's your donations of resources and finances, several areas here, and then it transfers. It goes out, perhaps abroad. There's successful resources that are foreign or resources that are being transferred, and several areas that are accepting donations. I think that this may somehow be linked to some stuff going on overseas, and that's perhaps why it goes to court very quickly and it escalates, because there's something wrong with it.
I'm getting the same thing. Something's going to the courts. They're being watched already, and definitely something from overseas. How they're set up, how they're structured. Their support is to manipulate. So they're manipulating people that aren't satisfied with the way things are being done in our own country. But they're going to be put in defense mode. There's a whistleblower coming out on this, an investigation.
Probably someone from PETA.
I'm getting over.
Cats alone.
I'm getting over sperm donor crap. I'm getting.
Oh my God.
Something to do with the sperm donations.
Ooh,
like
I could see
maybe
that.
we didn't keep it frozen in shipping.
I can
Or
see
maybe we got it from the goat down the street.
Yeah.
You know?
Here. You got the sperm from the goat, and you milk the little kitties, and there's something that there's going to be a lot of attention on this. We're going to hear about it. So there's something about the sperm donor part of it that's not right.
Yeah, I didn't see that before, but yeah, that could definitely be there. Mm-hmm. Goats. We have goats and cats now.
Yeah, we got Jack out in the back, jacking off all day long. He's our one sperm donor, you know. So I don't know what it is, but there's something about the sperm donor. While he's waiting in between his moments to donate to the sperm bank, he's milking little alley cats.
Oh my God.
He's lost his mind. Is he the only owner of this, or is there a group of people with him?
I think it's a group. He's just the famous one.
Mm-hmm. Lori, I don't know.
Something went foul in his head.
Corruption.
Took a wrong turn.
Because even Obama knew the guy was sus. So.
And what's her name? Sally Yates. That's what the first thing she said is watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watch him.
Mm-hmm.
I get 5 of swords, 3 of cups. The group is defeated. So it's over before it starts. 10 of swords and the lovers. The group is defeated again. So everything is kind of turning up bad here. There is something though, with the 5 of cups and the star also defeated. There is something about
people lose money.
Regrets. So there's some sort of sad news part of it too. I don't know exactly. Maybe they have one person sign up and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Consider it a donation because you can't have your money back." But some sort of regret is coming for someone. But this group is dead in the water there. Speaking of water. Do we have a new Tucker Carlson in the form of Jesse Waters?
Jesse Waters.
He was had a little clip I saw of him saying that Black people in the South built the South, but they didn't build America. Everybody did. Even some of his ancestors did. And he also said that he was going along one day and saw some illegal immigrants digging in the garbage for recyclables. The lady sitting next to him tried. She was like, "Well, how do you know they're illegals?" "Oh, because I know. I'm a city guy. I know. You don't want me to tell you how I know."
I got
and she was also about to say, "Well, for your benefit, maybe you should explain that," but she stopped because he gave her the "I'm a man and I'm talking" look, and so she didn't say anything. And so he got to sit there and be disgustingly egregious on live TV. Is he the new Tucker Carlson? Because he wants that primetime spot, I'm sure.
He's so disgusting. That's another SDE right there.
I missed it. I hadn't.
All right. Is Jesse Waters going to take the place of Tucker Carlson? Is he their next rising star?
Because they got to have a person on Fox News to say the things that you shouldn't say in public.
The race baiting, disgusting things that you only find at Fox News. Yes.
Because he sounds like a frat person with brain damage, and they need that apparently.
Just
I'm thinking, who's
put a lighter close to his head. His head is highly flammable. Like, I don't know how to compare the way that he looks like the Fonz,
Which always upsets me when ethnic people talk like that. Again, you're a benefit of the woke. If it wasn't for woke people, you wouldn't be on Fox News at all.
Kind of reminds me on that one episode when Brian Kilmeade, when Donald Trump and the Republicans were talking about the gangs in Los Angeles, and Brian Kilmeade's over there on Fox and Friends trying to talk about, oh, I had to leave my house and I was so scared that M, and he couldn't think of the name of the gang that he supposedly saw in the streets of New York, where he's making millions of dollars. He's not living in regular neighborhoods like the rest of us. It's just like, they don't even believe their own bull crap, dude. Like,
and I was wondering, because he said he saw them digging for recyclables. How do you know that's what they were digging for? Like, oh, those people digging in the trash are looking for recyclables, not food or money or no recyclables. Gotcha.
Right, a 6-cent bottle or something like that.
I get a no. I get the offer will go to a woman. That the man gets blocked somehow, even though he may have a lot of support from viewers. His like ability to drive advertising is erratic.
he's just disgusting.
Yeah, like
They're all disgusting.
if they can't get the ad money, I get the offer goes to a female.
I get the same thing. A conservative woman gets the contract.
Huh.
Or a conservative, older, wiser woman, and then her seeking the contract. See? So if it were this way, she would get it. But it's like there's an older woman that's seeking the contract or some sort of an agreement.
Okay.
But
I don't think he's gonna go on a podcast more or something, like something more online. I think they think he's a liability. A little bit. Maybe there might be just a little bit of fear there. And maybe that comes down to, it could be the money and the advertising. I mean, he gets disappointed, but he goes on to something else. I don't think he gets that specific spot.
Mm-mm. You can go play the reruns of the Fonz on TNT or something.
I don't think he's likable enough. At the Page of Swords, there's your lies, your gossip. So he'd be perfect for Fox News, but he's not the center of attention. Like, he's trying too hard, in my opinion, because if you're just going out of your way to be gross, then we can see through that. Bill O'Reilly he was ignorant. He was actually stupid. He was the one who thinks, I guess, God kicks the water back and forth because he doesn't know what makes the tide go in and out. So he was that person. So he was for real stupid. Tucker Carlson was geeky stupid to where he could be out there. He looks like a regular white American, but he talks like a horrible 1932 American. So they get that. This guy is trying to be a shock jock. So maybe he can go do the Limbaugh thing and then talk about how Black people were not contributors to America and how the illegal immigrants are digging through trash for bottles to cash in. I get the Five of Cups too, so there's disappointment and loss there too. The Magician, the Emperor, Wheel of Fortune. He can move on to something else, but he gets the Ten of Wands. He's not going to be the new Tucker, though.
How many Black anchors does Fox News have? I only can think of the one Black lady, and she's on like some morning show.
That lady.
And she's not even on her own show. She's with a panel of people.
No, we don't claim her.
Candace Owens or something like that.
Oh, no, Candace
no,
Owens.
it's another one.
No, there's another one. She's a permanent broad news person, and I say that very loosely. Entertainer on Fox News, usually with a panel. That's the only Black person that I've ever seen on Fox News. And I don't understand how you can be a person of color and work with these people who go on television and basically talk crap about you. Or are you excluded because you're making millions of dollars, so therefore it doesn't apply? Because all they're basing it on is skin color. So I think you're included in that equation, you know? Whatever.
Last question.
Is it Petty?
Petty?
I was. No. We'll be somewhat serious. Cecile de Jong. I don't know how to say her last name. Jongh. De Jong, something. I don't know. She is the wife of the former governor, however you call it, whatever. What is the actual term? Of the Virgin Islands. He was the governor of the Virgin Islands. She's his wife. She also worked very, very closely with Epstein. And JP Morgan Chase, of course, is on trial for that too. And she handled a lot of his business, a lot of his banking, a lot of things for him personally. And the husband, he got benefits from it, but he didn't work closely with Jeffrey Epstein. So they're probing, but she is not indicted or anything like that as of yet. But they are probing Cecile, I'll just call her that. What is the future for her hold? Will she be indicted? Will she be charged? Will she be arrested? Because she's connected to his finances. But right now, she has no charges as of right now.
Cecile de Jong?
Something like that. D and then Jongh.
Because will she be indicted because she was associated or got money from Epstein's?
Yes. She was associated with all of his, well, not all of his money. She did a lot of banking for him on the islands and a lot of business, and she worked very closely with him and other people.
Really, I'm saying it might be pronounced DeYoung, like the J is pronounced like a Y. DeYoung.
I didn't know if she had a Jorge type of thing to where it was a G, or I don't know.
Or just not Jorge, but just Ward.
I just don't understand why they have not, unless we haven't heard about it, gone after Epstein's clients. Because we know what he was doing, but him and Ghislaine didn't get all those girls and just hoard them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was their product. Those girls were their product, meaning somebody was paying. So why haven't they gone after the people that were purchasing the product? Because they're just as guilty.
Oh, I got one more question. So we have to end on not so serious, I guess.
Okay. I get that the stuff at court gets a little bit of a delay. The outcome, there's choices and decisions that are really rooted, they're grounded, they're solid in the court. The progress at court is delayed. It hits like some sort of a wall. So the probe into her hits a wall. But this is not permanent. It's just saying that there's going to be a delay with her case.
She's had her hand in the pot with some money. I think she had dealings with him. I don't think she did. There was something she passed on. So I think she's guilty, but not guilty of everything. But she definitely took money. And she can tell some tales about some other people. That's what
Except dead men tell no tales, huh?
She definitely has an inside edge to the corruption here, and it's a matter of time, temperance. So whatever develops from this, it's going to grow. It's going to take time to get all the details. She definitely took money from him, and I even spoke to him. Or spoke or emailed or text message. There's some kind of messages that may put her in defense mode, and that could bring her down. But it's going to take a while. It's not 100% done deal.
I don't get court or anything, hit the Empress and the Seven of Wands, so something is going to put her in defense mode. But the Fool and the Queen of Pentacles, I think she can escape with something. There is some defeat and some regret, so I don't know if she more gets like a court case and court fees and fines and things of that nature. I don't know, or sued for monies and payments, or I don't. But it's not. I don't see her arrested or anything like that. But there is a lot of money that passed through some hands with the Six of Pentacles, and so she does have a part in this, but she is not like one of the procurer of girls or something like that. So I don't see that part. But speaking of money, Trump bucks. That's where we're going to end. Trump has a new "give me your money, here's a thing that means nothing to anyone except for you" type of thing. Trump bucks are the new thing. There is a little tagline that says, if you invested in this, you will become wealthy, kind of like the Trump University. So where if you went there, they teach you the secrets to become a millionaire, billionaire. And so what I want to know is, will anyone have buyer's remorse, and will, or however you want to word that?
There's definitely buyer's remorse already, because there's a bunch of people that invested that are tweeting all over Twitter, don't do this. It's commemorative only.
Right.
It's false advertising. I think the bigger question is, will he have legal problems over it? Because there's already people that have invested thousands and realize it's worthless. It's
Well,
commemorative.
my question is, will this hurt him? So we can go in that direction too, because
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that he did it. I keep seeing that MAGA supporters were scammed, but
it's like it's like they're comparing it to Trump University, so I think he is behind it.
okay. An internet scam that peddles.
because they could be one of them things to where they use his name and then they cash in, because fools they know this audience will buy it, whatever it is. You put his name on, donkey ears, and they will buy it. Whatever it is, they will buy it, whether he did it or not. But does this hurt him now?
It says companies NBC identified were
Patriots
Dynasty, Patriots Future, and USA Patriots.
Okay, does this hurt Trump?
Those are outside people.
I mean, just throw your money outside. Just do like that
Give it
guy.
to me. I need a tarot deck. So
You read on a few weeks ago, Johnny, that took all his money and just went down the freeway and just threw it all out the window. Do that. Do that. Because a fat orange guy from New York who's currently retired in Florida does not need your money.
I mean, if the grifter, scammer, cheat gets other people using his name to grift and scam, it's like, okay, go ahead, take all their money.
We should just start referring to them, instead of Trump supporters, his wallet.
Yeah, and then when they want food stamps and stuff because they've lost everything, guess what? Republicans don't want you to have that.
Yeah. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps there. Would
Yeah.
you?
bucks.
What is he going to come up with next? Seriously, selling his diapers on eBay?
Anyway.
Or he tried to sell pizza that he took a bite off here in Fort Myers.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now?
So it has this DNA on it.
Oh,
Who wants a piece?
my God.
It's right on. You can see it on YouTube. Who wants the piece that I took a bite of?
Oh my God. You got to be a special kind of stupid.
Well,
I mean-
MPG bought what's his face's chapstick. I mean, she figured it was better than cat milk.
From a dirty alley cat.
I'll take the cat milk from the dirty alley cat before I'd want Trump's DNA. Excuse me.
I think this does hurt him. I think this is just one more push off the cliff. Like they didn't have enough already.
I don't understand.
It's like they're all corrupt for him. It's just all about who can grab more money and everything. And the longtime people that have been with it, it changes their opinion because they're out in the cold from their money. It does cause supporters to walk away. I think it does hurt him. I think it does. It's like burdening in the tower. Yep.
But they do hate Biden more, so they would be willing to still give him some money, probably.
I mean, God, these people are stupid. Just how stupid.
Okay.
That goes beyond fanatic. That's beyond fanatic. Like,
yeah, and they want 1 cat milk, 2 goat sperm, and 5 Trump bucks. Wait, round me up to 10. I'll take 10.
Somebody call Baba the goat herder. Get him on the phone.
We need your goats.
We need your goats.
I wonder if you can buy that stuff with the Trump bucks.
Tell Melania to get back to work. Need to borrow the goats. He's going to get in legal trouble about something about returning the gifts or the donations. There's something that's not disclosed here where people are ignorant or naive about it. But there's a return of the gifts here. But he's going to get in legal trouble for it.
I think it does hurt him. There's a fall guy, though. The Hermit, the Devil, King of Pentacles. So it's almost like he did it. That was he scammed you or he's something like that. But the Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Hangman. No, somebody's coming after him, though. So this may be not a civil suit, but at the very least, this may be some information out there in the world to try to do something or give him bad publicity or something like that. But at this point, you're bringing this on yourself. 2 of Swords, Temperance, moderation, and the reconciliation. At some point, they circle right back around and get another whiff of the Donald, because why not? Because I've sunk cost fallacy. At this point, you put so much money and time into him, you got to believe in it. So, for the pure.
They want to promote the bully. The bully wants the bully, right? They don't want Biden. They hate Biden.
But the thing is, this guy has no power. Why do you keep giving him money? What has he done for you? What is he doing for you right now? How is you giving him your money benefiting you? What is the return on investment?
I'll go to MAGA.com and be like, this is Jesus chapstick, and it's $25,000 for a piece of it if you want. I'll give you the container. If you want the whole thing, it's $50,000. That's what.
I always go back to what Johnny has always said for years. There are so many people that don't know how to be discerning that they think if they see it on the internet, it must be true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these people better start waking up to that's not how it is in the world. There's a
he
lot
started
of crap
his
on the internet.
presidency with a $25 million fine from Trump University.
Yes.
That was your proof right there. God showed it to you and said, look, he's a fraud. Stay away.
Well, Johnny, in his defense, it was God. Okay, it was not Republican God. Okay. I didn't know. Okay, there's a difference. Like Jesus, Republican Jesus, you know.
I can't.
Yeah, not love thy neighbor, but hate everybody. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's the way it goes.
Oh my
So,
God!
again, go ahead.
And it's really Eric's glue stick. Like he's selling
Eric's face.
Mom.
So it stars it for you. Ain't that lovely? So thank you again, Rhonda and Hope and Margaret and Mountain Dancer for the super chats. It puts it over to the side for you now. And thank you, Lori, for joining us again. We're trying to get Lori to 10,000 subscribers. So go and click the link and go subscribe. She'll be live tomorrow with Sheila and Danny on Danny's channel. And we will see y'all next week on Jit's channel for our normal, regular acting out type of thing in the Petty Squad. So, bye-bye. Thank you.